Hi everyone, this is G. Vijayalakshmi from Department of Physiology, SRM Dental College, Ramapuram campus. In this topic, I am just going to detailedly discuss about regulation of arterial blood pressure by short term. That is mainly by the baroreceptor mechanism, how the neuronal system is take care of to regulate the BP when it alters. Arterial blood pressure is usually defined as lateral pressure which is going to be exerted by the blood on the blood column. Usually we will have four types of blood pressure. One is systolic, diastolic, pulse pressure and mean arterial blood pressure. Theoretically, the ranges of arterial blood pressure is between 120 to 80 mmHg. In that, systolic blood pressure is defined as maximum pressure recorded during the cardiac cycle when the heart is in the phase of systole. So which ranges from 100 to 140 mmHg, and mainly this systolic pressure is depend upon the cardiac output. It means when the cardiac output increase, BP will increase. Especially the systolic BP will increase. And diastolic BP is the pressure is defined as minimum pressure recorded during cardiac cycle when the heart in the phase of diastole, and it ranges from 80 to 90 mmHg, and this is mainly depend upon the peripheral resistance. And pulse pressure is the difference between the systolic and diastolic BP, which ranges from 20 to 50 mmHg. And mean arterial blood pressure is the average pressure what we are going to record. It's not either higher level or the lower level. For this we should know about diastolic pressure and 1/3 of pulse pressure. So the mean arterial pressure is equal to diastolic pressure plus 1/3 of pulse pressure, which gives you mean arterial blood pressure. Some of the physiological parameters will have an impact on blood pressure, like age. Usually age, when the age increases, the blood pressure is going to be increased because of the elastic properties of the arterial wall is going to be changed. That's have an impact on a BP. And gender, sex, blood pressure is comparatively less in females during their reproductive life. Maybe this difference will disappear after menopause. Blood pressure is usually less in female due to effect of progesterone that relaxes the smooth muscle of the blood vessel, and the estrogen that prevents the atherosclerosis formation. And diurnal variation during sleep, blood pressure is going to be less than the awake state. And posture, on immediate standing from the supine posture, blood pressure decreases due to venous pooling of the blood in a lower limb. However, this is going to be come back to the normal level because of our homeostasis mechanism. And after meals, usually the demand of the GAT system is going to be more, so the BP is going to be higher. And after exercise, like the demand of the skeletal muscle is going to be more, so the BP is going to be increased. And emotional and excitement, in emotion and excitement, increased systemic discharge will increase the blood pressure. So these are the physiological parameters. You will have an alteration in a BP. The mechanism involved in regulation of blood pressure can be broadly divided into three categories. One is short-term regulation, and intermediate regulation, and long-term regulation. And anything which is going to beyond the level of physiological limits or below the level of physiological limits, our homeostasis mechanism will try to bring the BP into the normal level. So mainly short-term regulation by the neuronal mechanism and long-term by the kidney, that is renin-angiotensin mechanism. In this chapter I am going to talk mainly about the short-term regulation of a BP by the neuronal mechanism. Usually the short-term regulation means the regulation of the blood pressure within a second or minutes. It may go up to hours. So it is mainly by the neuronal system. So any alteration in the BP, that is alteration in the physiological limits, it's going to be understood by the receptor, which we call it a baroreceptor, and it takes the information regarding the altered BP to the highest centers who can help. So through the afferent fibers. So the center will decide based on the need, it try to reduce the BP or it try to increase the BP via the efferent pathway. The short-term regulation of a BP by the neuronal mechanism is otherwise called as a baroreceptor mechanism or sino-aortic reflex, which is very important life-saving reflex because it's going to maintain the BP within a fraction of seconds to the minute level. So it is going to follow the reflex R, means from stress receptor, afferent pathway, center and efferent pathway. So here, to understand the alteration in the BP, there are some receptors present in our body. One is called carotid sinus and another is aortic sinus. So the receptor which is present in arch of aorta, we call it as a aortic sinus, and the receptor which is going to be present in the division where the common carotid artery is going to be divided into internal and external, there some receptor is present, that is called carotid sinus. So these two receptors will understand alteration in the BP, both either increased or decreased level. So it takes the information to the highest center via afferent pathway. So here the afferent nerve is, one is 9th cranial nerve and another is 10th cranial nerve. From aortic sinus, the 10th cranial nerve, that is the vagal nerve, will take the information regarding altered BP to the highest center. From carotid sinus, buffer nerve or the branch of 9th cranial nerve will take the information to the highest center. Highest center here it is medullary centers. In medulla we do have a centers called vasomotor center and cardio-inhibitory centers. So based on the need, these two centers will work out to reduce the BP or increase the BP. Suppose if the BP is going to be increased, then the receptor will take the information to the highest center via the vagal and buffer nerve. The medullary center will try to trigger the vaso-inhibitor center, that is cardio-inhibitor center, if the BP is going to be higher. Then of course it's going to produce a vasodilatation everywhere, thereby the BP is going to be reduced. Suppose if the BP is low, vasomotor center is going to work, it's going to trigger the sympathetic nervous system to produce the vasoconstriction everywhere, thereby it will try to increase the BP. So homeostasis mechanism will try to bring the BP into the normal level if it goes beyond the physiological level or below the physiological level. Halted physiological levels of BP we can put under two categories. One is hypertension and hypotension. Any condition, if the systolic and diastolic BP is going to be more beyond the physiological limits, we call it as hypertension. If goes below, we can put under hypotension. Thank you.